In our last class, what I've covered workspaces. We have gone through workspaces in our last class. So today's topic is modules. I will be covering modules today, and we'll be doing some labs on modules. What is a module? A module is nothing but a folder. It contains Terraform files, .tf files. It helps you group related resources together so your code becomes clean and reusable. So what does that mean? It helps us to group related resources. Like when it comes to Azure cloud, right? You have VMs, subnets, VNets and subnets. VNets and subnets you can group together if you are going to create resource group. You can maintain all the modules related to resource group at one place, VNets at one place, VMs related at one place, storage keyword like that. You can group and create a modules for each one of them. And why do we use modules? This is very important point. Okay. One, reusability. So you write once and use multiple times. Second is organization. Large infra will be broken into small logical pieces. This helps us to break large infra into small logical pieces. And consistency. The third important point is consistency. Same naming, tagging, structure everywhere will remain same if you are using modules. Team collaboration. It becomes easy for teams to collaborate when you are managing separate modules for each resources, and reduce code duplication. So when you use these modules, you it becomes easy to manage, and also reduce. You see a quite reduction in code reusability. I mean duplication. There are three types of modules. Okay, one is a root module, second is child module, third is a public module. So what is a root module? The main folder where you run Terraform commands is a root module, and it contains main.tf, variable.tf, outputs.tf. So that will be a root module. And second one is child module. What is a child module? It is a subfolder you call from the root module. It is a subfolder you call from the root module. Example, modules dot slash vnet, module slash compute. So you are managing all the resources inside one folder called modules. Here in example, you see vnet is a module and compute is a module. You are managing that and inside one of the folder modules. That is a child module. And public modules. Modules created by community found in Terraform registry are called public modules. So what is a module structure? Here is a simple example. When it comes to a module, the structure will look like this. There will be three different TF files, Terraform files. One is a main.tf, where you write resource definitions. Second, it has variables.tf. It will have input variables. Third, it will have outputs.tf, where you declare output variables. So these three different files you'll find inside each module. How do you call a module? This is an important thing. So you have declared everything, you have modules, you have created a modules for each resource. Now, how do you call it? In this example, you see, you are calling a child module from the root module. Okay. And how you are declaring a child module here? So you see the source. In this, we are giving the path of the module. VNet is the example we have taken here, dot slash module slash VNet. So that's where the VNet related modules are there. So I'm calling this from my main.tf or root module. And VNet underscore name and location are variables. We'll see in the lab how we are calling these modules. So similar example I have taken for the lab. And module inputs. How do you declare a module inputs? Inputs are values you pass into a module. defined in variables.tf. We define this in variables.tf file. Here is example. Location is, we are declaring location as one of the variable inputs. How do you declare a module outputs? Outputs are values returned by the module. Outputs are values returned by the module, used by other modules or for reference. Output vnet underscore id value, it is given like this. Okay, you are just declaring some id here. Okay, eighth point under modules is how what are the different options? Module source, what are the different module source options? There are three different module source options. One, local path. You declare this in the local path dot slash module slash vnet. Second is a GitHub path source equal to github.com. And your company is maintaining its own repository. Inside that, there are VM modules, which you can call by giving the source path. The third one, Terraform registry. So this HashiCorp will maintain some of the modules. So that can be declared like this. What are the best practices when you are using modules? The first point is keep modules small and focused, one purpose per module. So the purpose can be creating a VNet, creating a VM, creating a key vault, or creating a storage, and so on. Second point is use meaningful variable names. So when you are creating variables which you want to pass as inputs to these modules, keep the names in such a way that you are able to understand, okay, this is the location. So it is asking for a location name. Okay, this is the RG name. Here it is asking for a resource group name. So similarly, you have to keep the name of the variable in such a way that you will be able to understand what value it is asking for. The third point, always provide outputs for important attributes. You declare the outputs for important attributes so that you want to check some values. Like last time we have done an outputs um, lab where we tried to get a public IP address. So we tried to create a public IP address, then we wanted to check on the console what is the IP it has created. So depending on your requirement, um, use these outputs for important things to check on the console. Fourth, very important point, avoid hard coding. So in any coding language, avoid hard coding. Use always variables. You parameterize them, use the variables, do not hard code. The fifth point, use versioning when using registry modules. When you are using registry modules, use versioning. So this is the version number. You declare the version number. The latest version will have the latest updates. So use the version number. Document each module, purpose, inputs, and outputs. So it is important when you are creating modules, you document what is the purpose of the module, what inputs we are passing to that, and what outputs we are passing to that. Let's do one lab, then after the lab, we will go for Q&A. Okay, this is the lab and the first lab. Lab 1, modules. So you see here in this lab, um, there are 5 different files, correct? Dev.tf vats, main.tf, providers, UAT, variables.tf. So in main.tf, first let's check. I have one resource group. I'm trying to create a resource group. I want to convert this into modules and I want to use all the best practices which we just spoke about. So how do we convert this into a module? The first thing is this is under the root directory and I want to create a local module. So first thing you do is create folder modules. Okay, I've done it. For which resource you want to create the modules? This is a resource group. And go ahead and create one more folder inside this modules and name it resource groups. Okay, now I have created one folder for my resource group module. Now it should contain three different files when you are creating modules. One, main.tf, two, variables.tf, third is outputs.tf, three files. First, I will begin with main.tf. We'll create main.tf file. What it should have? It should have the resource details. Okay, go ahead and keep the resource details. Now you see this trigger is like var.prefix, var.rgname. This is because I did not add variables.tf file at inside this resource group folder. So go ahead and add it, variables.tf. Okay, and I can directly pick it from here. So it has three of them, and I just pasted here. And let me check var.prefix, var.rgname, var.rglocation, three variables. Okay, and those triggers which it was showing earlier, those are gone after I added variables.tf. You see these three are now added. All good. Main.tf is there, variable.tf is there, is added now. Then I want to add one more thing also, outputs.tf. What I should add in outputs. So let me create one block for output. I want the resource ID after the resource group is created. So as soon as you type output, you see the Visual Studio Visual Visual Studio Code intelligence is showing you uh, is showing you suggestions. Okay, this is what you can use. Okay, output. I will use that, and name is I need RGID. And okay, now what I should add here? I do not remember what I should be adding, but how you can come to know is that I just remember that I should be adding something like value or something where it will return uh, this resource group ID. Okay, it is showing value attribute and how I can declare the value. Okay, it is showing that also. I can declare something like this resource group Azure RM resource group dot R app RG. So this is what it is here. Okay, I will go ahead and select this, but I need ID. As soon as I press dot, it gives me suggestions. Okay, you want ID, location, managed by name tags. I want ID. So this is how you can add the outputs. Then I want to add description. The value is this will show my RGID. This is a simple description file save. But I don't want to keep this here in the main.tf file. I want to maintain it separately. I'll go ahead and add outputs.tf. And I'll cut this one from here, paste this here. I have main.tf file where I have the resource block. It has all the things which are needed to create a resource group. Then I have outputs where I'm trying to see my resource group ID variables. So these are something which I'm trying to pass to main.tf. Okay, this is the resource group module which I have just now created. Now, what is this module? This is a child module. You need to call this module from main.tf. So this, I don't need this anymore. I'll remove this. I want to use module. Now declare module, 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 give the module name. So I'm creating this for my dev environment. I'll call this dev RG and module name is dev RG. We'll also keep like this dev RG module. Then source is one thing. I need to provide the path of this local child module. How I can declare? Okay, let me press dot, then see what are the options it gives. Okay, it gives me this option, dot slash module slash resource group. Okay, looks fine. Okay, I went ahead and I added. I need to pass some variables also. So I need to pass the variables. I need to come and check, okay, what are the values I can pass to this resource group? Go ahead and see. So I can pass three variables, RG name, RG location, and prefix. Let me add RG name, RG name. Okay. The intelligence is showing the name also. RG name is dev, I'll say tech lines hyphen dev hyphen RG, and location. Okay. RG location. RG location is, what's it called? I will say Central US. Okay, will this suffice or what else I can pass? Okay, I will go back and see. I see there is a prefix. Okay, I did not see this before. Prefix. Okay, okay, this might, in what way this will help? Let me go and check. Okay, in the RG name, okay, the name is coming like this. It is adding a prefix first, then the RG name. Okay, so prefix, I can pass my environment name here then. Okay, I'll go back here. I'll say prefix, then I will call it a dev. Uh, but when I create, it will come like dev hyphen tech lines hyphen dev, which I don't want. I will remove that prefix from here. Okay, this is my org name, then dev. Okay, looks fine to me. So this is how I'm calling this module. Okay, and what are the other file? Dev.tf vars. Okay, I don't want this anymore. So I'm kind of refactoring these things. UAT.tf. Okay, now I also need UAT. Okay, I'll go ahead and create one for UAT. I'll call it UAT RG modules. Okay, everything looks fine, but I will update this as UAT. This will create a resource group like UAT hyphen tech lines hyphen RG. Okay, looks fine to me, and I don't need this anymore. I'll delete this. And variables.tf. Do I need this? Okay, anyhow, this I don't need it anymore. Okay, I'll remove this as well. Right now, you see there is one modules folder, main.tf file, and providers.tf. So main.tf has these two modules. If I go ahead and run, I do this Terraform init and Terraform apply, what all the resources now it will create? Question is, what all the resource it will create if I go ahead and run this?
Two resource groups.
Two resource groups, one for dev and one for UAT.
Okay, I just want to create only one resource group, dev resource group. How I can create? I don't want to make any changes on my Terraform code. I just want to use the command line. How I can create?
You can call that module only.
Okay, that is a good
RG
thing.
module.
You can call that RG module. Okay. I know I have not covered that command, but just want to check how I can call that single module alone. If I go ahead and run Terraform init and Terraform apply, it will create two resources. But I don't want to create two resources. I just want to create the dev resource. And I don't want to make any changes to my code. If I remove this block or comment this block, if I run, it will work. but I don't want to do that. What is the other way? Srinivas, any idea?
No.
Okay. So similarly, like I will take one other example. It happened with me. I joined Optum somewhere in Jan. Okay. And there was another engineer who joined and left in 2 months. He did not use Terraform. So previously, some other engineer from November, before November, she created all the resources, everything was proper. But meanwhile, all the time, the dev were creating the resources on the portal. Okay. Now, what you have done, you just updated um, like they added a few containers in storage. Now you want to include those containers into Terraform. Okay, you just want to check those container blocks which you added into the code and do the testing like Terraform, plan, all those things. There is a specific command in Terraform that you can use and test that specific block. You can use target. The command will look something like this. I hope you might have used. You can declare like this, hyphen
This
hyphen
can be
target.
used with all other Terraform commands as well, right? Even like while destroy also.
Yes, you can
Yeah,
use.
right.
Plan, you can use. Init, I don't think we can use it, but for other commands you can use like plan, apply, you can use.
Yeah, I just recollected it. Thanks, Ramesh.
Yeah, no problem. So now our requirement here is to create a dev resource only. So we can use this command to create this one. Before that, let me go ahead and initiate this. And one more thing is not only this, you can, if you want to pass multiple inputs, like I want to target two other resources also, you can pass them here, okay, to the same command and you can do. So it supports array as well. Let me run Terraform init. Okay, not here. I want to run on 01 lab. Change directory 01. Terraform init. Winchlet is this. I'll say Terraform plan target equal to module dot dev module. So I'll go ahead and run the second command, Terraform plan, and let's see how it works. So it has some errors. Let's see what is the error. Unsupported argument RG name, techlines hyphen RG, an argument with name RG name is not expected here. Okay. Evolve then. Let me check the modules. Looks fine to me. RG name, RG location. I think I did not save it properly. Let me try again. I will do a Terraform init again. And Terraform plan. No changes. Infrastructure matches the configuration. Terraform has compared your real infrastructure against your configuration, found no difference. But I don't see any errors now. Let me go ahead and run Terraform. Apply. Let's see. Surprising. Did I create anything before? No. I do not have any resources here. What could be the issue?
State file
Does it have? Yeah, it already has some state file, but I don't see any resources in it.
nothing here.
Mm. Main.tf looks good. Output, okay, variables. Mm. For me, everything looks fine. Let me try again. Terraform. Am I on the correct path? 01 labs underscore modules. Yes. Terraform init. Terraform validate. Okay, looks fine. Terraform plan. I'll run just a simple plan. Let's see. Okay, it says dev and UAT now, but something is wrong with the command. Let's see. Terraform plan -- target dev module. Is this module name correct? Dev RG module. The name is different. Okay, I need to correct this in the command dev RG module. Okay, let me try this. Copy, clear screen. Let me run. Okay, now it's working. You see this? It shows it is now trying to create the dev RG. Let me go ahead and apply the same command. Just I need to change the name. Go ahead and run. So now it is creating dev resource group. So the apply is completed. Let me refresh. I can see my dev resource group. Okay, similarly, I can run for the next module and I can create. Okay, in this lab 1, what we have seen, we have converted a refactor, kind of done refactoring for my existing Terraform code, and I started using modules, and I moved resource group blocks to a resource group child module. Okay, I created a resource group child module. I created main.tf file, outputs.tf, variables.tf. So as part of this outputs, I should be seeing one value, right? A resource group ID. Where is that? It shows maybe incomplete. Okay, resources one is added, but something is incomplete. Yeah, ID, it is showing here. That plan also, I'm expecting that it should show that it will, after creation, it will show the resource group ID. I'm expecting that in this resource group, in this from this command. Did I made any mistake here? Output, RGID value looks good. Resource group. So I do not see anything there in this output. And any suggestions or
Ramesh, I
anything?
think, yeah, I think here we need to call the output block
Output,
also.
right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
of
that's
the
what I
module.
will. Okay, and I think something like this, output or inside.
Yeah, correct. That's it. Output ID, right? A resource ID.
RGID, then value
Value equals to whatever we have given there. Output dot,
dots
output dot, I guess.
output dot. I think I should be calling module, right? First,
Oh, I don't recollect it exactly. Just let me also check.
module dot dev rg resource group dot output dot. Let's run this. File save, and let's try with Terraform plan first. Let's see how it works. File save. Now that we changed, let's initialize Terraform init and run Terraform plan. Terraform plan unsupported. Okay, this is not supporting module dot. Thing. RGID. Okay. Anyhow, let me give me some time. Now I'll try to show this. Maybe tomorrow session. I'll try to check online and I will show you. Okay, somewhere I think we need to declare. Then only Hina is correct. We need to declare this. Then we'll be able to see that value. Okay, I'll go ahead with the second part of the lab. Okay, and there are three ways when you are calling modules, right? As seen in the here in the concepts page, there are three ways. Okay, module source options. One is a local path, which we just saw. Local path is this one. You declare that local path, then you will be able to call that module. Second is this GitHub module. Like generally in organization, they will there will be a Terraform team itself. They create the modules and they ask all the DevOps different teams, different applications teams to use those modules. So they will give this source path and you are asked to use that. So one, you can part of the team. Second is a DevOps team who is supporting the internal application or some application. Then you are asked to use that modules. Okay, they'll keep it in one of the repository. Then you will be calling that. So this one is a GitHub repo. You can give the path and use that. It works in the same way. Here in the source, you give um, the name of the source, and the same like these variables, you'll be passing that there and it will work. Third one is Terraform registry. This is maintained by HashiCorp. I have done one lab earlier also on this. What happens when you initiate this module gets downloaded and you can use this 02. Let me change. And let me initiate Terraform init. Now you see these modules are getting downloaded from registry.terraform.io, and this is the entire path. From there it is downloading, and you can see that got downloaded and that got saved under this modules to this folder. And you go ahead and run Terraform plan. Coordinate while generating this plan, invalid provider configuration. Okay, I do not have the provider here. Let me copy this provider file. It has those details. Okay, copy and paste. Okay, now this folder where I am running the Terraform commands, it has the providers.tf. I just fixed that. Let's see if it works. Terraform plan. Inconsistency dependency log file. The following dependency selection recorded in the log file are inconsistent. Okay, let me rerun Terraform init. Okay, failed to query available providers package. Okay, now this has the providers, right? This has this hashes related to this provider. I need to delete this, then reinitiate. Okay, CLS files, save all. Let me run Terraform init. Okay, I see the new providers also getting downloaded now, and they are getting installed. It should create a new log file. So it has created a new log file. Now let's see Terraform init. Sorry, Terraform plan. Terraform plan. Okay, one more error. Terraform encountered an error while generating this plan. Name may only contain alphanumeric characters. Okay, something wrong with this name. Registry.tf. It should work. Which name? Location. Main.tf. Line 22. Module/rgs main.tf. Okay, inside the modules. Not this one. Modules rg line number 22. What it says, prefix format rg hyphen local name format hyphen rg local name. Okay, let me change this to input. It is expecting this kind of input. Okay, I'll rg hyphen r hyphen rg at the end. Okay, I think I mentioned somewhere in between. No, it looks good. Let me remove this and try. Terraform plan. First, let me save. Okay, Terraform encountered an error while generating this plan. Name may only contain alphanumeric characters. Dash, underscores, parentheses, and periods. What is that?
I think for percentile we are getting that error. Percentile and question marks.
Where is the percentile I declared?
Line number 22, the same thing where you went earlier.
Yeah. So this is a module which got downloaded, right? And it is percentile s is a string.
Okay.
And this percentile s need a name. And here is here name. So I think it, okay. Uh, let me remove this and just let me try. This is a regular expression. So it says this is the value and it should be either of this one or this. So that is the regular expression. I will just pass registry and let's see. File, save. Terraform init. Let's see. Terraform plan. I'm expecting this should work now. Oh my God. Name may only contain alphanumeric character dashes underscore. And name. Let me try this. Format should be like this. -rg or rg-s. That is my understanding. Local.name we should be passing there. Let's try cls. And what are the variables it has? Dot Terraform variables. Okay, custom underscore name. Okay, I think this should be custom underscore name. Copy and main dot. Where is this main.tf? Save. Terraform init. Terraform plan. I think this is this one, right? This input I was giving name. That's what the that's why it was showing error. Now what it is showing module.rg name, and you see this name. It is trying to create rg hyphen registry. So by default, it is adding rg in the front. Tags are these things. Okay, let me go ahead and apply this Terraform apply. So one thing here we are using HashiCorp created module. Okay, and the key values which we are passing should be we should make sure, right now I did one mistake, like the variable name. I just kept name, but how, when I checked, right, inside the module, it got downloaded when I did this when I initiated this folder. When I checked these variables, I could see this variable name is like this custom underscore name. And I don't see any variable it is expecting like, oh, I see it here. And what is this? Default is none. Variable is where it is going. Name, example, app or cluster. This is the naming convention. These are labels. These are related to labels. We have to be little careful with when we are using this, uh, especially this HashiCorp related. They have declared so many variables for a simple RG itself. Sorry for confusion if I have confused you people, but it is good that if we are getting errors and we are, trying to troubleshoot that. Over this period, you will come to see a lot of things. If I simply run this and say, okay, it has failed, it has worked, the takeaway will be very little. But right now, I think uh, you know where we went and where we checked. Okay, so these are the labs which I planned on modules. Any questions or anything related to module concepts? Okay, one simple question. Um, I'm using this HashiCorp registry module, right? Where when I run Terraform init, what is happening? Is it calling uh, is it calling this remote module directly, or it is downloading and reusing the existing the downloaded one?
Downloading and using the downloaded
Yeah.
one.
Okay, when I do this Terraform init, there are two things which are getting downloaded. What are those? I see two folders. Inside .terraform, I see two folders. One is module, right? What is the second one?
Providers.
Super. Yeah. And okay, and what are the three different source paths we use in the modules? Three different source path we use in the
Local,
module.
local,
Local.
GitHub, and last one I could not recollect. Second one is GitHub.
Hmm. Registry.
GitHub and registry. Yeah.
Yeah. So there are three type of modules. What are those? Three types of modules are there.
Public, private, and third one I don't remember.
Okay, there are three type of modules: root module,
Oh, sorry.
child module, and public modules. So what is the difference between this root module and child module?
Tail module is like a subfolder.
Subfolder. So
Child,
right, the one which I created in lab one, right? Was it a child module or a root module?
child module.
Super.
We created a folder, and inside that we created.
Okay. What are the different files there are we generally get to see inside a module?
Main.tf,
Main.tf,
and output.
Output.tf and variables.tf.
Variables.tf.
Okay, this is about modules, and I think I left something which I wanted to show related to outputs, right? Let me let me go through that, and I'll show you.
Ramesh,
Okay,
can you once go to that? We will just do one last try under
sure.
main. Last like outside the modules main.tf.
Okay, this is lab one, right? Okay.
Okay. Can you remove that module dot? Sorry, it has to read from here, right? So here, module dot dev rg. What have you given the same above one? Module dot dev rg module
Hmm.
dot id dot rg id maybe, yeah, id or rg id something.
Okay.
You're still in the lab too, I think, too.
Oh, yeah, I'm still on lab 2. I need to change the.
Think it should be okay. You see this?
It's working. Yeah. Changes to out. Did we try the same thing earlier or not? Or that's what mistake we did earlier?
Yeah,
Maybe
I
the
think we
name or
used
something.
the output. Like earlier, I think we used the output keyword
Output.
also.
Okay.
So here we are just taking the value from the above block, line number
Hmm.
2, right? Yeah. So that's the reason it was.
Yeah. And let me run this and see. Save and change the name. So it is trying to replace because we are calling this module differently. But this is clear that it is showing changes to outputs RGID known after apply. So this is what I was expecting. Okay, it worked. Okay, that's it for the day. Are there any questions before we wind up for the day?
No, Ramesh, thank you very much.
Okay, summary for the day. So we have seen modules today. Why do we use modules? We have seen types of modules we have seen. Module structure, how to call modules, module inputs, module outputs, different source options we have seen. Then the best practices. Tomorrow's topic is I'm planning to cover provisioners tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, that's the plan for tomorrow. Okay, then. Thank you all.
Thanks.
Okay. Yeah,
Great day.
bye.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Ramesh. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.